Hello everyone. Welcome. Today we got a pretty huge unboxing. I don't know what you would call it, like huge as in the amount of items we have, but huge more as in these boxes are freaking big, because one of them is just a big package, this thing, and the other one just has a good amount of stuff in it. So all these were Amazon. They were delivered here today, not too long ago. Around like 11, which normally come 11 like p.m. or no a.m. and they normally come around like 5-6 p.m. So very early today, and I'm going to be doing a very early video. Okay, so hopefully you can see this all right. I kind of changed it here because this isn't the normal place I do a lot of these top-down magic videos, which, by the way, this is a magic unboxing. But these packages are so huge, my little desk is not gonna cut it, pun not intended. So we're just gonna rip into a few of these boxes. I believe the bigger box has more of the stuff in it because that's just my assumption. So we're gonna open the majority of the stuff and then we'll top it off with the other thing. Okay, you ready for the money shot? Ta-da! Oh no, this is the bigger thing. Well, looks like we're doing it backwards. Okay, so the first thing I ordered, I'll bring it into view. It's just so big that it's hard. Okay, there you can see it. This is the Gamegenic Dungeon 1100 plus. This can hold 11 plus 100 or 1100 sleeved cards. Or cards in general. I don't know about the sleeve thing. There's probably some stats about it there, but holy crap. This thing is ginormous. Look at that. Look at that. That is huge. Okay. Move the box. So I do recommend everyone out there, just a bit of a pro tip. If you're going to be buying a deck box, or you want something for like a cube, or just a place to hold more deck boxes or cards or whatever, just a big storage container, I recommend for these containers to buy from Gamegenic, because they just have some of the top quality items. They sell some of the greatest stuff out there. Really strong magnets, holds really well, very nice material, xenofiber, and all that good stuff. Man, I guess this is Nexo fiber. They just switched around 2 letters, but very, very awesome. So as you can see on the side here, this is kind of what you can do with it. You can put in all your unsleeved cards or some mats, a whole bunch of deck boxes. It's just a mix and match. So, that's so freaking awesome. Huge, huge box. And right now I have a lot of cards that are kind of sitting in a whole bunch of different boxes, and they're taking up a lot of room. And so I got this thing to kind of, minimize how much room I'm taking up, and also make it so I can transport a lot of my cards a lot easier. So, huge box. It says pulling. Can you see that? Pulling me out. Okay. Your quest lies ahead. Oh, here comes. Oh, I just broke it. No. I can pull it. It's just so freaking heavy. Here's cool stuff. Oh my god. Freaking, it's huge, dude. Oh my god. This thing is so big. I did not expect it to be this big. But I mean, if you're holding 1100 cards. Okay, please don't rip. Please don't rip. Please don't rip. It's ripping. I can feel it. Oh, the big boy himself. Oh, look at this. Wow. I can't even tell you, like, this material, it feels so nice. It's like kind of almost like leatherish. It's very, very nice to touch. Definitely a soft material, but still firm, so you feel like it's not gonna break on impact. These are supposed to be also pretty secure. Wow, dude, I can barely fit this all on screen. Okay, look at this thing. This thing is huge. Good old Gamegenic Dungeon. Oh wow, boom. Look at that. And as all Gamegenic products do, the whole top flap comes off, so you can put it on the bottom to reseal it. One of the cool parts here is not only does it have those magnets that are really strong, but it also has these little divots with the magnets, so they hold on even stronger, especially when you're holding this many cards. That's kind of needed. Wow. So awesome. This divider's not movable, but it can hold a lot of stuff in it. Like I got right here a little side loader, or it's not a side loader, it's one of these like little crappy, it's a Pokemon one with a deck in it, that fits fine in here. But yeah, these fit, I believe, double sleeved cards, because this is like a super, super wide range. And I also got some mats in here. See, boom, fits 2 mats just perfectly. Wow. That's freaking awesome. This is amazing stuff here. So yeah, I'm going to be transferring a lot of my cards over here so I don't have to look through 3 different boxes to get the one thing that I need. Wow. Super amazing craftsmanship. I might have to figure out the magnets a little bit better, but wow. That's just, I'm blown away. This thing is kind of pricey. I think it was like $60 or whatever, but the quality just can't compare. I do feel that it is worth the money, and wow, it's such an amazing little thing to have. I'm not putting this into good words, but basically, if you are needing any sort of card holder and you want to go the top-notch stuff, you don't want to have anything, give out on you or wear and tear over time. This is very unlikely to do that because it has the fully removable flap, and also it is very, very strong. It's so freaking sturdy. Like, I can tell just by like touching this that this is going to be an amazing box to hold, and it clamps together pretty well as well. Wow. Very, very nice feeling. It will definitely not come apart ever and is going to keep your cards nice and secure. That's awesome. So I might do a little bit more here with this later, but we have more packages. Oh my God, there's so much. Look at these. These boxes are huge, dude. It's like a foot-long box or more. Okay, so that was the Gamegenic Dungeon. I definitely recommend anyone out there to go purchase Gamegenic, especially for those deck boxes and for their big storage containers like the dungeon. If you are buying a deck box, I recommend especially if you play multiple decks, I recommend the Stronghold, just because it is a little bit bigger and it has the same amazing magnets and uses the same Nexofiber, whatever it is, uses the fiber material for it. So here we go. So this is the bulk of it. Okay, where do we start? We got a few things here. So I guess we'll start with the good old Monster. So Monster, I'm always iffy about with Monster because they're kind of like a beginner sort of brand. They're definitely not the best material, but they can definitely hold a lot of good stuff. And the reason I specifically went with Monster here is because they had one of the only double matte cases, and just from looking at this, it is plastic, but it feels really, really sturdy. Like a little bit, not as much here because it doesn't have as much support, but this thing feels very much like it will hold the cards and keep them safe. This is nice. Actually, I want to see, I never tested this, but I want to see if that'd fit. Does it? Oh, it does. That's awesome. Okay. Boom. So that fits right in. Ooh, that fits right in there into the dungeon. So I guess you can buy these in a pair and have half of that be for your mats and have ultra protection for them. The reason I bought the double one is because me and my dad play a lot, and so I always have double things, which is also why I bought the Stronghold, was for the double function. So like I showed you earlier, I do have 2 mats here. This one actually might need to be rolled up again. It's a very loose mat, but so there's one, and then we got the second mat here to roll up. I do like this mat, and I also, you've seen all my previous videos, I don't really actually own a Magic mat, mostly because when I really got into the games and had some sort of money to spend on it, or money was spent on it, it was Pokemon. So a lot of stuff I have is Pokemon, and I also have that Mario mat that I've done a lot of my previous Magic videos on that. I'll believe there should be a link to that up in the top right corner during the beginning of the video, so you can go check out the other Magic stuff. But yes, this holds very well. It's so awesome. Very, very nice. I don't think it will fall out, but you're not going to be shaking it like that a lot. And especially if you're holding this upright, it's more for the protection of the sides and not getting them crinkled or messed up in the container. So for what it's worth, I think that if you want a double mat, you could definitely buy 2 singles that are sturdier than this. But if you just want one double for some of your mats, I feel like this is a good purchase. Boom. Okay, so next up we'll go with one of my favorites. the Crimson Matte Sleeves. So this is Dragonshield, and Dragonshield is by far one of the greatest brands for both sleeves and a lot of deck boxes and that kind of thing. The Nest, the Dragonshield Nest is very popular, but the only thing that I don't like about it is that it is very, very, very hard to open. The magnets are actually too strong, and so you really, really have to pull and yank it to be able to open it. And so right here I have some Crimson Mattes from Dragonshield, and the cool thing is each of them have like a dragon associated with them, and there's a little story about the legend of that dragon, which is really cool. And I would say I would use mattes because they shuffle a lot better than the normal Dragonshields, the plain ones. And I think it's the pink and the light green that aren't tournament legal because they are partially see-through. But the Crimson Mattes, the black ones, and the blue ones I know for sure because I have them, are not see-through and they shuffle really well. Also, not only do they shuffle well, but they also are extremely durable. So if you think that these are going to rip or tear at any point, it is very, very, very unlikely for them to do so. Also, they do have, I will recommend with these, if you are double sleeving, which I always think you should, especially if you're running a lot of expensive cards, I do recommend the Dragonshield inner sleeves that have the resealable flap. It is a little bit extra to try to put in there and put it all together. It is a lot more time to invest, but it does protect your cards to a way higher extent. So yeah, we got this little thing here. Also fits in our Dragonshield, or not our Dragonshield Air, Gamegenic Dungeon here, pretty nice. So I'm going to be sleeving my deck with that here in not too long. Not on camera, of course, because that would take too long. But already I have here is my red deck, and I didn't actually have another deck box for it. So this is, I just made an aggro deck with, I think the main man being, well, I got this Luca and 2 Terror of the Peaks, and there's a few other things here and there. Let me see, cool 4-out Mountain, and Fire Emancipation are probably the main parts of that. A lot of elemental dogs and stuff. So this is my red aggro deck here, and I want to keep this protected because those peak mans are like $12, so they're kind of expensive here. And I mean, it's not too bad, but you definitely want to protect your cards anyways. So I definitely recommend using whatever type of matte shields that you are able to get. These are like $10 a piece, and it is kind of expensive, but like I said, if you have a deck that you really want to protect and you don't want to skimp out on anything, I would get yourself a box of these, a box of 100, and it's just definitely worth it in the long run to keep them sealed. Also, I'll show you the little inner sleeve here. So these are perfect fits, and there's this little flap that comes out. So they come in this, they come in a thing of 200. And so basically what you would do, got myself my Embereth Paladin here. You would basically put the flap towards the front and load it in the back and leave about half to a third out. And then you kind of slip it in under the little flap. And then you slowly push it in until it'll kind of almost like click and it'll seal. So that's the card fully sealed. They do scratch really easy, but you're never going to use just an inner sleeve deck almost at any point. So they're just good for that extra protection against water, dust, whatever you feel and that you may come across with carrying your deck around. So I definitely recommend those Dragon inner sleeves as well. And I will be linking all these products down below. Okay, and for the last product I bought here, which I also recommend, I recommend all these things that I buy to all of the viewers here, is a Boulder. So this is an Ultimate Guard Boulder. I bought the 100+ edition just in case I wanted to get a little feisty with it. So the Boulders are about the most compact sort of deck box you could get. So, oh man, this doesn't, speaking of compact, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually get this out of here. Okay, there it is. So this thing I can already tell is very, very hefty. So this will literally only barely hold 100 double-sleeved cards. It holds nothing else. There's no magnets or whatever. You have these little locking mechanisms, though, that'll keep it in place. This thing will not come out. It is very, very durable, and it is the Boulder. This is, if you ever watched Tolarian Community College, this is definitely one he recommends for those cheaper prices but very good deck boxes. So this runs you about $8-9 depending on what color you get. They can be more expensive. I think I paid about $9 here for the red edition. But let's say I have these double sleeved, and this is a 60 card deck with no sideboard. Just plop them in there, and you have yourself a nice little deck box. Hold your cards perfectly. Put it in there, and you got yourself an awesome little carrying case. Got your tube. Oh, I left out a shock. He'll just sit out here with the matte sleeves, and all that will fit in the box itself. We'll even throw in the freaking, why not? We'll throw in the Pokemon deck box in case you're wanting to do the thing of playing multiple games at multiple times. But then you lock it all up. Nice big old box. I'm probably shaking the thing a whole bunch, the camera, but definitely amazing stuff here. I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing. Like I said, I will leave all these in the description, and if you did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see all of you in the next one.